Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa in the building with another banger, and as y'all can see by the looks of the title and the screen, I'm gonna be bringing y'all the first ever with pro dribble moves. And honestly, this is the rarest lockdown defender build in all of NBA 2K22, coming at y'all on current gen, the first ever ball hawk build, y'all. Now, in previous years, we have already found this build, but when it comes down to 2K22, this build is actually going to be a little bit different from what we are used to seeing in the past, y'all. There's going to be multiple ways to make it, but today we're going to be making it under the point guard. So before we get into the making, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join RGF, the Rich Gang family, go ahead and turn on post notifications, but also go ahead and hit that like button as well. Let's go ahead and get 50 likes on this video. I appreciate y'all. I just want y'all to know that. But I cannot say this enough. Thank God for giving me this opportunity to be able to bring this to y'all, as well as have me in your day and you in mine. Now, when it comes down to it, let's go ahead and get into the making. Put this build under the point guard position. Now, when it comes down to the pie chart, normally a lot of people made this build in the past with the pie chart that's going to be split right down the middle with the shooting as well as the defense, the green and blue. But here is where things are going to get a little bit different from the past. So go ahead and pick the pie chart right here that's going to be split down the middle with the green and the blue, the defensive and shooting, but we're actually going to be able to get a little bit more of the defensive things when it comes down to the stats, badges, and everything else that goes into that. But that's not to say we're still going to be able to get some really nice shooting stats, y'all. Now, when it comes down to the physical profile, this is all going to be based on your own preference. If you want to, you can go with the fourth one to get some extra vertical. But again, if you pick the very first one, you're going to be able to get 99 speed on this ball hawk build. Definitely going to be a super rare and toxic lockdown build. So if you want that, go ahead and do so. But if not, if you want to get a little bit higher on your vertical, go ahead and pick the fourth physical profile. Now, mid-range shot has to go to an 80, three-pointer 78, free throw 85, and then go ahead and put that post fade up to where we get exactly 15 shooting badges. Now, when it comes down to the playmaking side of things, go ahead and max out your pass accuracy as well as your ball handle. Then from here, post control is going to be put up to where we get 9 playmaking badges at 44. That's definitely going to be solid right here. And remember, these stats are not going to be set solid. These stats are actually going to change once we get into the height, weight, and wingspan, which is going to allow us to get the pro dribble moves on this build. Now, when it comes down to the defensive side of things, interior 54, perimeter defense has to stay a 74, lateral quickness in 87, steal 94, block 56, and then when it comes down to the rebounding, put the defensive to a 70 and offensive to a 51 for 20 defensive badges. Now, look at the steal, y'all. With this build, you're going to be able to get 99 steal, which makes it that much more better of a defender. Then when it comes down to the last stats, go ahead and max out your driving dunk as well as your driving layup. Both of these are going to be 69. So again, it's just going to be based off of what you want to do with these extra attributes. In my opinion, if you want to throw them into other areas, go ahead and do so. But you are going to be subjected to changing the build name. And that is honestly what we don't want. Still a really solid lineup when it comes down to the badges. Physicals are looking really nice. Now, let's go ahead and get a little bit more in depth. So when it comes down to the body shape, with my preference, I'm going to be real. If you want to take up the most space and look the biggest, Burley is the one that you want to go with. But you can also pick Defined or even Built. Both of those are going to be some really good ones in my opinion. Now, with this height, to get the pro dribble moves, go ahead and put this build to 6'2". You cannot make it at 6'3" with pro dribble moves. Even if you adjust the wingspan, definitely not going to be worth it in my opinion. So really, go ahead and do what you want. But I'm going to show y'all right here. As you can see, the 6'3" version, go with the lowest wingspan, you're only able to get a 75 ball handle. However, you go 6'2", then when it comes down to the weight, go ahead and raise this to where it does not affect any of your stats. 170 is going to be very perfect. And then from there, when it comes to the wingspan, we're going to be able to adjust this to get the pro dribble moves at 99 overall. So as you can see, you could go with the lowest of 74.9 or you can go ahead and put it up to where you get exactly a 76 ball handle. The reason why I went a little bit lower was just to get some extra attributes when it comes down to the shooting. So 74.9 is going to be really good in my opinion, but if you want to drop it just to the bare minimum to where you unlock that 76 ball handle, that's going to be a really good setup to go with too. But again, I just want to be able to use this build in any game mode when it comes down to the shooting especially. So as y'all can see right here with this wingspan, we get lockdown takeover, sharp shooting, shot creating, and then we get the playmaking, y'all. So all of these are going to be some really nice options to go with. Playmaking to break the ankles, shot creating, you can also break ankles, but then the sharp shooting and the lockdown. Really some nice choices to pick from in my opinion. If you want to go heavy load on the offense, pick the sharp shooting. I'm going to go with the lockdown just to go with the build name, and as y'all can see, we have made the first ever Ball Hawk coming at y'all on NBA 2K22 current gen, and this is not it, y'all. We're going to go ahead and look at this build, what it's going to be looking like at 99 overall, with the gym rat badge, with the teammates that are going to be running floor general and defensive leader, and not to mention bind boost and getting that +4 at 99, y'all. So just remember, like I said earlier, if you want to, you can definitely go ahead and change up the physical profile to where you pick the fourth one to get much higher on the vertical. But being 6'2", it's not going to matter too much. I'm going to say it can, but again, I would rather just go ahead and get the highest speed off rip. So when it comes down to it, we're going to be getting a +4 to all of our main stats. When it comes down to the speed, that's definitely going to be a 99. Then when it comes down to the acceleration, same exact thing. Vertical has the potential to be able to get into the 80s. But now, let's go ahead and get into the finishing. So right here, both of these stats when it comes down to the driving layup and driving dunk are going to be somewhere around the 70s, mid 70s to high 70s. Then on the shooting, mid-range shot has the potential to be able to get to the 90s. Same exact thing for that three-pointer. Free throw, definitely going to be able to get there. And at 99 overall, we're going to be able to get the pro dribble moves. Now onto the defense, y'all. We're going to be able to get 99 steal with boost. Let's say we're running with a teammate that runs defensive leader. You're going to be able to get a lateral quickness of around a 95. Perimeter defense is going to be in the 80s, especially when you consider boost, y'all, and getting a +4 on all of these stats. Now, when it comes down to the only finishing badge that I would really consider, I'm going to go ahead and put on Fearless Finisher. I use this on my main build, and honestly on bronze, you're going to be able to get some really nice layup animations, especially with getting contact. But now, let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. 9 badges to work with. The first one y'all got to go ahead and put on is going to be Quick First Step on gold. From there, I'm going to go with bronze hyperdrive as well as gold handles for days. Now, with these last couple of badges, I'm going to go with tight handles on bronze as well as quick chain. But if you want to, you can definitely go ahead and put on tight handles on silver or even hyperdrive. But if you want to spread the wealth a little bit more, consider unpluckable or even putting on one of the badges that are going to help you out like bailout. That's going to be a really good one to consider. It's all based on your own preference. But now let's go ahead and get into the shooting. 15 badges to work with. So honestly, you can really spread the wealth when it comes down to this area. The first badge that I'm going to go with is going to be Hot Zone Hunter on gold. Another one that I really like is going to be Deadeye on bronze. And then we have 11 more to work with. So if you want to go ahead and get some extra shot percentages added to your shooting, go ahead and put on Volume Shooter, Green Machine, and you can really consider Clutch Shooter, y'all. Now again, that's based on my preference. If you want to, go ahead and throw it on. I'm going to say that it's definitely going to help late game situations. But then I'm going to go with Silver Corner Specialist. That's going to be another really good one to go with. I feel like for this build, being 6'2", mismatch expert is definitely going to be one that a lot of people are going to be sleeping on. And I also have to say that that's going to be the perfect badge to go ahead and throw on this build. Now, a couple of other badges that I'm going to consider: Silver Corner Specialist, Silver Clutch Shooter, and then you could even go with Deadeye on Silver. But again, Green Machine is going to be another really good badge to go with. I really like that setup, but if you want to spread the wealth, go ahead and even consider Silver Sniper, y'all. It's really just going to come down to what you want to do. You can change any tiers of the badges to your liking. But now, let's go ahead and get into the defense. So, I know this is going to be a key badge to throw on, especially if you're running with teammates, defensive leader. But if not, there's a couple different setups that you can go with. From here, I'm going to go with Intimidator on Hall of Fame as well as Clamps. Now, we have 8 remaining badges, so if you wanted to, you can definitely spread the wealth with going with bronze, silver, or even gold badges. For my liking, I'm going to go with Bronze Interceptor, and then from there, you could go with Hall of Fame Menace for sure. That's definitely going to be a really good one. But again, I've been hearing a lot of good things when it comes down to the Hustler badge. So, Something I'm going to change up right here, take off defensive leader, then go ahead and spread the wealth with interceptor, ball stripper, as well as ankle braces. All of these are going to be some really nice solid setups to go with. As long as you like what you put on, that's definitely going to be okay. But honestly, this is something of what the main setup I would go with. But consider that 99 steel. Definitely go ahead and put on pickpocket on Hall of Fame. That's definitely going to help you out. And this is the setup we're going with: 1, 15, 9, and 20. I just want to say thank God again for giving me this opportunity to be able to share this on a platform and also have y'all come and be a part of my day as well as you and mine. That is just the best thing ever, y'all. But just know this weekend I'm back to the double uploads. So man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. If you like this build, go ahead and drop a like on this video. Let's go ahead and get 50 likes. I know that we can definitely do that. Share this video with your family and friends. And man, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.